$15. I thank you so much for those of you who've already made your purchase. It's really, really thrilling, and I hope you do enjoy it. And so I'll read some of that, but I also want to give a little bit of expectation management for the night and kind of introduce some other people who are here. Age Scott is right here, and he's one of the producers that I worked with for a 9-track album that we happened to like produce and get in the can within like less than 2 weeks. Just like pure magic, going with the flow. Age and I have known each other for many years, a decade or more, but our paths cross where most do around these parts, over at Grocery Outlet, over here on Main Street. And then he was letting me know that he's hosting an art class over at the JFK Library every other Saturday. And so a few weeks ago, I went to his class.
For that?
Yes.
Yes, please. If you can just
pass around some information.
Feel free to reach out to you, please. Thank you.
And so I attended his class, and it was a lot of fun, and there were some kiddos there, and it was just so great to see. You know, he's teaching them some comic book art skills. Age is a comic book artist. He's published his own comic books, and he's also a rapper and producer, artist extraordinaire. And so he and I go way back. We both used to play around with OzCat Community Radio and VCat back in the day. And so after he did his first class at JFK Library, I think he hit me up on Messenger like the next day. It was like, hey, you wanna record some poems from your book, and like maybe I can put some beats to it. And so that's exactly what we did. I was like, sure, why not? Never done anything like that, but he's always kind of seen something in me. And this is the first time I'm putting myself at the forefront. I've always been an artist promoter and always, kind of like the glorified groupie, if you will. And so now it's my turn to put myself in the spotlight. And Age has been a huge help and hype man. I've never had like my own hype man before. And Age Scott has been that for me. So thank you so much, Age. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
As Julie mentioned, we met at my art class. I give it every other weekend at the JFK Library. Please come. It's not just an art physical class, but it's like an art inspirational class. Work through your writer's block, talk. We actually even started our first podcast. It's actually on YouTube right now. If you go to my YouTube channel, The Age page, and it's a podcast, and it's in a humorous fashion. We were talking about matters that concern Vallejo. So you have the invite. Please come to the podcast again. And then also, artistically, the class is dope. We met Julie. I say we because I met Julie when she told me about a book. I was like, yo, the book is dope. Why don't we just put beats to it? And my production team is with my bro, Christian, Christ One. And we're like a production team, so we both have beats. We both recorded her on the spot. And how long did the project take?
It was 2 sessions.
Yeah. 3 hours each.
2 sessions,
like
about 3 hours each.
Yeah.
Like recorded, mixed it, and mastered on the spot.
Yeah.
I think all in all it was maybe 6 hours.
Okay, look, do you have your CD on you?
I do.
Can you just
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm super excited. I want to see it too. But my class is, like I said, at JFK Library. It's a creative class. So there's a lot of creativity in Vallejo that I feel like people just need to unite. You'll be surprised how many people are trying to do something dope that's in your same area, but you just don't know about them. But like, there should be a podcast in Vallejo. Like, there should be more of an artist. There should be a hip hop band in Vallejo. Anyway, I'm just like and that's what I'm here to do is promote creativity. And I'm gonna toss it to my dude Christ because I don't know if you had a word or something about the production.
No, I mean no, not really. That's just I've known Age for a few years too, for I think 10 years now, and that's just who he is. He, you know, and I think we're very much alike in that way that we see the potential in other people, and I'm always pushing my people around me. He's always pushing his people to pursue their passions, pursue their little life shouldn't be work and work isn't life. You know what I mean, kind of thing. And we all get caught up in life and everything, and so it's just good to express ourselves and really also just push it. Now we have everything at the tip of our fingertips. Literally, we literally all can do it, and we see it all the time. It's happening now. So yeah, I can go on too, but this is about Julia. I was grateful to work with her too. I just met her, and just something that happened naturally. She said she's never done it, but she was a natural at it. So hope to keep working with her.
Yeah, right on. Thank you both so very much. And so yeah, we were able to produce, they brought the beats, and I already had the content, and I just got rid of any sort of limiting beliefs and just went with it. And they would play a sample for maybe after 10 seconds of playing a sample, and I go through my book and be like, all right, yeah, I got something for that. And then we just record, and it took maybe 2 takes tops for each track. And so we got this 9-track album, got a CD. Age recommended a local printer, Patricia Dibb. And I sent her the design on, on this past Thursday afternoon, right before her dentist appointment. And then after her dentist appointment, she had them all printed and delivered in an hour.
And I don't know if you know of the printer, digital copy on Sonoma, but Patricia, who used to work with Jesse, that's the one she's talking about if anyone works.
Patricia Dibb. I have her information if anyone's interested.
Yeah, she's the best printer in Vallejo.
But part of this experience tonight is just to show anyone that if anyone has, that manuscript under their bed or has a vision to do something, you can just make it happen. We just made all this happen in less than a month. So I definitely have had visions to do this for 20 years. And so I'm really grateful for people who've just been really supportive in my life, and that I've just been finally open to it and along my journey. So, yep, we got official legit.
You know what? We're in such a time that people are so hesitant of working, not even working with other people, but just meeting new people. There's so many songs, no new friends, so hesitant. But if you let your guard down, and me personally, me and my dude, on top of Julie's project, we just dropped our 5th annual group album today on our YouTube channel, Ugly Five. This is our annual album, me and my guy. But in the midst of this, we record a bunch of people. We just be like, yo, come through, let's record. How much you gonna charge? Let's not worry about that. Let's get busy. Worry about that after. And you'll be surprised how many people want to do big things with the tech we have. Like my guy said, we have tech that our parents didn't have. You can make movies at home.
Right.
You can make your own podcast. The only thing that's stopping people nowadays or hesitant of working with people, egos. You can get the podcast kit from Kmart or from Morgan Green for $24.99. Set it up in your kitchen. Call your friends over. Record your podcast. Put it up on YouTube and start a movement.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's real, people are and I get it, but while people are hesitant of working with people, then there are those that will work with each other, and then we'll do big shit. So
Yeah. And yeah, those of us will find each other. That's why
Right.
y'all are here right now. So thank you so much for being a part of the community. You know, this is community support in action. And this means so much to me, because like I mentioned, I'm from Vallejo. And so seeing this sort of just experience of all of us coming together is really endearing to me. So I, you know, through the 9-track onto some flash drives as well, because I know Age was like, you should press some CDs, and I'm like, that's a dead format. Why would I do that? But I did it, and I'm grateful because it's kind of neat to have something physical. You know, I'm an elder millennial, so this is very meaningful to me. I worked at Hollywood Video on Sonoma Boulevard. Was my first job. It's an auto shop now. My second job, I worked at Rasputin over when it used to be in the Target Center. So this is very meaningful to me. I never thought I would actually be a recording artist, and I am officially, thanks to H. Scott and Christ One.
Hey,
So.
That's great. That's not
And so yeah, like I said, like I already had the content, Age saw something in me, and you know, I know like my name really is Julie Voice. People do ask me. You know, I trademarked Serial Muse, that's my brand. That's part of it. I trademarked that for publishing books, ebooks, and music back in 2018. Survived a house fire, or no, it was in 2019. I survived a house fire shortly after that, and then the pandemic followed. Like a year later. So, and there were other things that happened along the way. So it's been a rough 5 years for a lot of people. It's definitely been a lot of restarting from scratch for me. So I'm just grateful that I stuck with it, and like I said, found amazing people along the way to surround myself with. Really good people within this community, so it's good to be here now. And so, yeah, Forthcoming is the name of my book. It's on sale on Amazon right now, and so it's the other part of the title is and Serial Muse Chronicles Revisited. Serial Muse Chronicles, that was the first 3 books that I published. It was part 1, 2, and 3, where I worked with a different artist for each one, and it was a really thrilling and exciting experience for me. I reached out to artists who I love, and each of them said yes. And they created, I worked with a abstract painter, Annie Hong, for the first one. I worked with a portrait photographer, Melissa Dale, for the second one. And then I worked with a comic book illustrator, Bat Zerga, for the third one. They all happen to be incredible females who I met at one point within the Bay Area, and we did it all through email. And so it was a really great experience. And but because their artwork was so incredible, I decided to go with like a higher end product that was not cost effective, but I really wanted to give just incredible like presentation to the incredible artwork that they made. And my intention with those projects was to inspire others, and that's absolutely what it did. But with this project, it's okay for me to have the intention to make some money. So going with a paperback, something simple, print on demand through Amazon, it works for me. And I had fun utilizing, just creating, this was a photograph of me that I fiddled with in some free software, and I designed it all myself, and it was a lot of fun. So there are 11 new poems, and then the others are from the first 3 books. And so I would like to read some and then also play some. We'll play some of the tracks that Age, Scott, and Christ One produced. And yeah, thanks again for being here. A little bit of housekeeping. There are restrooms. When you go out this door here, you make an immediate left, and there's a utility closet immediately, the first door on the left. And there is a code for the men's and women's room, and it's right. Sorry that I don't mean to be pointing at you, but it's behind the door right there. There's a code for the men's and women's restroom. But like I almost feel like, because we just kind of jumped into it. Does anyone feel like they need to take a break, use the facilities, get something to drink? Just want to check in. Everyone feels pretty good? All right. Nice. Here for it. I love it. And so with this book and with my poetry in general, I didn't choose poetry. Poetry chose me. And it has been a mighty form of therapy. It's incredibly cathartic. Most of the pieces are very personal, and but I do it for me. I'm never looking for any external validation. However, when I do open mics, I'm always just humbled and blown away at the amount of response that I get from people, how much it resonates with them. And so I really do believe, and it's been validated in my experience, that as you heal yourself, you heal the world. And so that's why I continue doing this. So thank you. I dedicate all my books to Owen, my son, who might be coming by anytime soon. He's finishing up laundry. He's 18 years old. And I'm just so honored to be his mom. And so I'm gonna start out with kind of like one of the heavier pieces, because why not? It's called A Taste of My Childhood. Great flavored big league chew, purple drink and fun dip, I couldn't get enough of it. Like an amuse-bouche, those little individually wrapped grape Japanese gummies revealed an addiction. But why did I find it so damn intoxicating? It was a taste of my childhood. Familiar yet unknown. Why that artificial flavor had the best of me. Not until she laughed so hard she almost fell from her chair. Made fun, this much I was aware. How she referred to me as a fiend? An addict, created with the intention. Pure abuse. Power over, no family intervention. Allowing tiny holes to leak through the gut of me. I woke up with a taste of Dimetap in my mouth, like I used to in preschool and grade school, where there was no night, only day. A spoonful of sugar to make me go away. There was no cough. I was never too much or unruly. Simply abuse I never knew how to say. A taste of my childhood, replete with happy meals to dull the pain. The price of convenience now includes a package deal of self-neglect and fear of addicted behavior that may remain.
That's my second time hearing that one.
So the first 11 poems of this book I wrote all in the last year. I've been writing a lot this year, and it was pretty easy for me to kind of curate and pick and pull what I wanted to for this book. And yeah. So I'll continue with the album. There's 7 tracks to beats that they produce, and then there's 2 tracks that is just spoken word. And so one of them that's on the album, since we're already on the topic, I'll also read, Are You My Mother? She needed all the control because she felt powerless. All she ever wanted was a house to hide and make a mess. Abuse to reuse. You can't trust your own feelings, sweetheart. No boundaries nor environment where it was safe to grow from the start. An alliance of compliance formed between prey and the lie of the succubus. Like misguided cherubs protecting against touching the tree of life and knowledge. Covetedness. Adapting to the untouched, dull luster. No need to restore or polish. Don't shine too bright, as it may offend her delicate sensibilities. To be admonished without solace. Only obey and make up meaning, picking up manipulation and scheming. Mother, may I? It's what others assume and think about you to become gospel, the good word, ultimate truth. Pay no attention to your intuition behind the curtain, nor express your needs as she make it hostile for certain. Copy that? Over and out. Lost forever in the back 40 of doubt. In the weeds, cast out. Picking ticks and anise-flavored whips. Flooded for seeking someone, something to allow me to pour my love on. Instead, scolded by sarcastic quips. Without the guide of my own self-actualization, to become a star in my own story. Are you my mother? Or just another replica of the root pain I've been mourning? Thank you. Glad I got those out of the way before my kid got here. Yeah, so that one in particular, I hadn't been actively attempting to write for the last 20 years, but I had the title for the last 20 years. And living with my mother 2.5 years ago kind of helped me produce that one. So it's too bad, you know, we can't choose our own family. Things happen, and I wish her all the best, but it was never healthy to begin with. I get to be my own best mother. And so with that being said, does anyone want to hear some of the tracks?
Curious.
Curious?
Yeah.
You're interested? Okay, let's do it. So I got my little setup here. This one, that. Let's see if we can get this going. Hello, welcome. Pardon the technical difficulties. See, do you have Wi-Fi?
Yes, I do. Let's see if I can grab the
Because people don't carry boom boxes with them anymore. Hey Joe, how's it going?
There's some seating on the floor or a bench over here if you want to come in.
Are people okay with the doors open? Does everyone like feel comfortable? Okay, let's see how this goes.
Against
Oh wait,
the
we're not
string.
gonna do that one. Oh, I thought they were gonna be in order. That's okay. Okay, let's start over. They're in order on the CD and the flash drive. Just not apparently in this file. Oh, 'cause it's from yesterday.
That's how it always is. They're right in the moment. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. What's up? H. Scott of the mighty ugly crew. Crash one on the board. Representing Julie Boyce, aka Serial Muse. 707 Bay Area Stand Up.
My strength comes from an innate source within the questions I ask myself. Is it necessary? Do you know this to be true? Have you yet found enough proof? Does it need to be said? What do I learn from beating a horse that's already dead? What makes you stand out? Will you listen if I scream and shout? No bones about it. Testing, testing. 3, 2, 1. Contact transmission. Do you stay or run? Who's in charge here? You call this fun? Can you simply be you? Henceforth, from now on?
Do you guys collaborate? That beat was slap. I said, man.
And like they shared with me, I don't know if you want to share, that those beats were kind of like remnants from like other projects you all had worked on. Is that like a
Some
little
just
too
like
much
stuff
insight?
we've had and just like I've been
That's,
trying to get other people to
no, that's
get on
nice.
and
What's up? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for being here. I'm just playing some of the tracks, world premieres.
No, it's like good,
All right.
good, clear music. It's,
Thank you.
yeah.
So we'll do a couple more. I don't want to keep people. I know people have things to do. It's Monday night.
Space over here if you want.
So is there a particular track either one of you want to premiere tonight?
Divine. Alright, so we just dropped our project Ugly 5 on YouTube today. Please check it out. And your song made it to our project, so we're like, this shit was too dope. Was to not use it ourselves. So we were like, oh yo.
Kirsten was like, oh.
Yeah. As soon as she did it, Christ, you want to tell the story?
Like, that's going on.
Yeah. As soon as she finished, she was like, that's going on our project
That's
too.
too dope.
I started laughing because you don't tell an artist what they're gonna do with
steal
their song. I just started laughing. I was like, oh, that was rude. That was funny. But she's cool with it, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, it's a collaborative experience.
Yeah,
It's one of the reasons why I wanted them here. And again, like part of the intention of presenting all this tonight is again to just show y'all like pretty much how easy it is that even if you alone don't feel like you can do something, like there are likely people in your life who've been supporting you all along the way, and all you gotta do is just say when.
That's what this is all really about.
Yeah.
Like, let your guard down and start linking up with your neighbor. Honestly, in these times with art is probably the best thing you have to express yourself. Everyone has these emotions. Use art as your tool.
We need
That's
that.
when me and him reconnected during COVID was, with everything going on, a lot of people were doing that. It's like, once everything shut down, so me and him reconnected, and I think that's why it worked.
That's what,
He's always doing the art, and I'm always trying to do the art, and it was just like,
Get busy.
it just works, so we've been doing it for a while now.
And like Asia's class is JFK every other Saturday, so we just had one this Saturday. So not next, but the following Saturday, we'll be at JFK at 2 o'clock.
And Julie is the official podcast co-host. Like the bantering between us two, but we invite everyone.
Yeah.
So she'll be there as the.
And like I said, like we
Joe's
recorded other
there.
R&B artists, other singers, other poets, and she just was a natural at it. Like few takes, and it just makes it easier for us. And so it was great.
Yeah, like I remember Christ's eyes were like so big.
Yeah,
The
she's
first one,
Yeah.
he got behind, and was just like, what do you mean you've never done this before?
You know your album's name is Julie's Voice, right? That's the upcoming album's name. It's
Right,
gonna be called
right.
Julie's Voice.
Which again, I'll reiterate, that is my name. That is my name. As if my name wasn't cool enough, I'm also
Severian,
Muse.
Divine, please.
Silver Divine,
Yeah, please,
absolutely. And I
please.
want to give a shout out to Z here for those that weren't here. Z is the proprietor here of Autonomous Gallery.
Nice art in the place, girl.
That's all him,
This is
Oh,
fun.
really?
I like the art.
including the woodwork in the other room.
That right there is dope. Right there.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's fine. You should come to my class with
It's fine.
Yeah, we'll have time to network and check out more of the art after. But part of his desire and intention of being here and opening up this space, like I shared earlier, he just reached out to me and was like, "You want to do a book release at my space, or not at my space, but at Autonomous Gallery?" I was like, "Yeah." It's part of the intention of him doing this is to be a creative, collaborative co-op, essentially. And so, yeah, that's why we're doing it. So we're going to play Severing Divine, which I did misspell on the back of the CD. Don't.
That's about how you got the first press.
Limited press.
Severing Divine. Some may use pills, potions, and or tokens, taking place of moving through their emotions. Bartering required to replace the unseen connections between positioning and pursuing substances of pivotal power without objections. Potent and charged, no curiosity nor dancing allowed. Fearing, the enlightened shadow. Severing the mind from our cellular memory is costly. The pulsing and ticking of its process. Denaturing the essence of you and I is most hostile. It may be a stretch, but it's high time to attempt a pirouette out of this unsanctimonious mess.
I don't know what you called it. It was never. It never happened.
What's that?
Oh, Fit for
King?
an Iron King?
Yeah,
Okay.
Iron King, that's fine.
Oh.
That's fine.
Travis was there the first time I premiered that at Poetry by the Bay. So part of my experience here as a, burgeoning poet is an incredible experience. Poetry by the Bay has been going on for 16 years now. And for like the first, 12 years, I would just attend. I never was public about my poetry. I never shared it with people. I was shamed by it as a kid, so it was not something that I was interested in sharing with other people. And but over time, it was probably around like 2015, 2016 when I started going, when it was over at the Hub, which is the Oddfellows Hall here. It no longer exists, but it was an artist collective.
Shout out to Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Officer.
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, it was a beautiful experience. And so Poetry by the Bay has been at different spots around Vallejo. It's currently at the Mura Theater on Daniels Avenue on the waterfront, the fourth Wednesday of every month, 7 to 9 p.m. And so I wrote this piece in February after an unfortunate experience happened with me and someone who had used to be my friends, and they didn't respect my boundaries. And so I wrote this piece, and it was just kind of like, I realized it was a lot of generational trauma that was coming through this particular piece called Fit for an Iron King. So here it is.
It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen.
Fit for an Iron King.
It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again.
and you can't help yourself around me. Okay. Let's reprieve while you retreat to safety. Because you see, ancestrally, we've been here before. Perhaps a plunge, a stake, a fire, or snakes for hair may ring a bell. Rock hard like stone, you say? Hell. Perhaps you need to feel your own prick, for it is not I that makes you feel it. Giving power to take, bewitching it seems, though not the case. Prudent is my righteous anger that toils and troubles. A cauldron fit for an iron king's in blazing wrath, or so it seems. Spilling seeds and tipping over, melted like fondue, spread over toast, now that the patriarchy is through.
If only. But it's a good start. Okay, so it's almost 6:30. I just want to play one more because it's a lot of fun. Travis was also there when I premiered this one. It's really sexy and I had a lot of fun doing it. and I think on this, we did like 5 tracks I think on this one. Age kind of like pulled out different personas for me for the different tracks. He's like, okay, now try a little bit of...
Each track you just gonna get better. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So this is Let Thy Pen Ride.
Yeah.
This will be the last track tonight.
Boy, there's something I just gotta do.
Let that pen ride.
Tiny pentagrams, what expecting that?
Addicted to ink as I let it glide and sink. Slip into the page, returning for more, word after word. Letters, choreographed, conjuring, stroke by stroke. Processing spells and stages, relieving tension and redacting, all the while contracting and relaxing. With one or no hands, ever tried diction maybe? But for me, I'm grateful for some manual action. Sinewy and taut, the pen rides. The muse is loose inside. This is one hell of a orgastic life. You heard it first. This is Julie Boyd,
Right.
also known as Serial Muse. Straight out of the beast.
Shout out to Kenny Pendergrass.
Starting us off.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, each track is very different and unique and fun, and I'll let you know, even just me reading, I read that piece, I think, at 3 different open mics, and I've had people message me saying that they'll never write the same again. They're like, every time I hold a pen, I'm sorry, but I just think about that piece. So, yeah, in closing, because it's already a little after 6:30, I'm curious if anyone, it's just about, so I'm timely, that feels good, 6:28, and I'm curious if anyone has any questions for myself, or Age, or Christian. I would love to. Thank you, Sean.
Have you been on OSCAT?
Yes, I used to have a show on OSCAT many years ago. It was The Mothership. Earth Girls Ain't Easy.
Okay.
Was the full title of my show. It was,
Yes.
it was like a boutique 30-minute show. It was a talk show, and I promoted local music. I produced a lot of local events here many years ago. I'm talking, like 10 or more, 12, 15 years ago. And then I also did college radio over at Laney College, 9th Floor Radio.
In the same, I did the same at OSCAT, had a show. Shout out to OSCAT. Vallejo is one of the only towns in the Bay that if you can actually pitch a concept to the television, VCAT, or the radio, OSCAT, and be considered for a show within a week or a month. Like, you can't go to Frisco, you can't go to Oakland, you can't go to Berkeley.
You can't even go to SAC.
You can't go to SAC. But people don't even really utilize these stations.
Yeah.
Like, you can make your own television show and run it through VCAT, but yeah. Oh, yeah, so VCAT, OSCAT should be utilized for.
Yeah, so again, just like part of my intention of this experience is to inspire others. So like Gage Scott said, and please, he's circulating those flyers about the class at JFK, but we really, some of you that are here tonight.
Sorry.
As soon as I walked by you, she just sort of oh, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're all in this together, skin and fur alike. And some of the folks here tonight were actually here at the class on Saturday. And so I won't call people out, but some very talented people, some writers and artists, and yeah, so it's a very, would anyone like to say if it's like an inspiring experience over at the JFK Library in the Makery?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You want to take it?
No, you
No, Cupcake's an amazing artist. Like, she's such an amazing artist, and I think that being humble is cool, but being too humble will keep your funds low. Like, you can't be too humble. So I'm encouraging people like speak up. So I'm looking forward to doing a comic book with Cupcake. She's fine. Like,
Yeah, I felt really inspired. I jumped on the podcast with Age and
Yeah, you did.
Julie, literally jumped on. And
You're like, I ain't scared.
I want to highlight mental health with creatives and artists, youth, bringing more of illumination to youth and mental health for creatives and artists. So I have my own struggles that I'm dealing with, but I feel like focusing on highlighting those needs will help strengthen me so that I can be stronger for that. So I'm not used to taking, what's the word, praise or recognition. I can take it, but inwardly there's a struggle. So please do excuse me. But I was very inspired by just my brief interaction with Age and Julie. And when was that? Saturday? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
So inspired that I actually went home and put 95% of a book together.
I'm so proud of you.
That's
It's so
what it's all about, man.
Yeah, because there's a lot of interactions for artists that we have that are supposed to build us up and they don't. It feels like they attack us. And so having a safe, loving space where it's just like you can be yourself and that starts to bring the roots down where you can feel comfortable to grow. And as we help each other grow, then we can grow together into a tight-knit, creative community. There's already one existing here, it's just about connecting. And so I'm very all for that forward movement to where I can be successful. Because I know I can be successful in myself and in uplifting others and helping youth realize their goals, because we can't leave it up to the educational system to do that, right? So I feel like it's our duty actually to empower the youth, because they don't have Boys and Girls Club, they don't have anything like that anymore. So I feel like it's our duty, any opportunity we have, to empower them, because if they don't have that, they're going to be severely lost, because I very much fear for the next generation. I have 3 children and I'm a single mother. I've been through domestic violence, so like I have a lot of stories to tell and a lot of stories to listen to, and I want to share that, and I want to be a safe haven, and I want to give back and grow myself and the community. So.
Shauna and I have known each other for many years.
Yes.
Our kids briefly went to the same elementary school back in the day.
Yes. I yanked them out and now they're homeschooled.
But you are so worthy. You are so worthy and so talented. So
thank you. And I feel the same way. That's why I'm here to support you. So.
Yay.
And anybody else here that wants to share, please let me know.
Any questions or anything they'd like to share, something going on in the community, please.
So once again, the art class that they're speaking about is every other weekend at the JFK Library. And then also you can listen to this podcast by actually going to YouTube and just searching Art with Age. And you'll hear the first podcast. Can I please pass this? Please pass this down. Matter of fact, please take one and pass it around if you haven't got one. You can actually find this episode on YouTube.
Our topic was like...
We went from Soylent Green
to
politics
But we were specifically talking about like where do you see, or what do you want to see for the future of Vallejo?
Yes.
So we were talking about the recent election and that sort of thing. But
it's actually in the title. It's like we talked about City of Vallejo, something, and then robots. We talked about robots, and then we talked about Soylent Green. Like anyway, but like so
anyone can get involved. It's it's a community experience.
A public podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Age had everyone kind of write some different topics, something that they wanted to talk about, and then he threw them all in a bag and would just pull them out of the bag. And it's a great way to start a podcast. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean the tech is there, guys. It's 2025, and if you're feeling a certain way, man, like get the equipment and just build something for yourself. Like I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to create something so I can quit my job.
True that.
Yeah. When
Look up with
that's why I was like, no.
Like the kids have a zillion ways of getting paid that we don't even know about because we're stuck in these older ways. But it's out there.
It's like yes and no. Like I can understand where they're coming from because my son's 18 and he's like, there's no jobs. And I can see that because like I started off the evening saying that I worked at, my first job was Hollywood Video on Sonoma Boulevard. That no longer exists. There are no video stores. My second job was Rasputin Records over at Target Center. That is no longer there. That does not exist. So, yes, while there are there are like newer income streams that do exist that perhaps like I'm not aware of.
Create a magazine. Get your photographer, homie. Print up a magazine. Get the ads from everyone in the neighborhood. Print up the magazine. Go viral. I look at my nephews and nieces. I'm like, well, why haven't you guys been viral yet? Like, bro, like, aren't you guys? Where's your YouTube channel at? Like, bro, like, and I work at a school, and a middle school at that, and about more than half of the kids got YouTube channels.
Yeah.
All of them.
So it's about like bringing it home.
Yeah, so
it's kind of the theme of what I've been speaking on, bringing it home and just focusing on like local issues and working together. So does anyone have any other questions?
Yeah, speaking of OzCat, there was a guy named Steve Pitters.
Yeah.
He had a show called
Stephen
Poetry
Pitters.
Rising,
Yeah.
and he had a 30-minute set, and he did a lot of poetry by the Bay artists. I was one of them.
Yeah.
And in the 30 minutes, you get to read like 7 or 8 of your poems. But he unfortunately moved. So,
Right.
but that was really positive. And
Yeah.
also D.L. Lang has the Friends on
Yes. on
Thursdays at
Thursday mornings.
10:30 on. I did that one time.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of. Vallejo is just
It's out there.
from when I used to play baseball. We had all that talent. It's just a talented city.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But you know what? If you're going live on your phone, why don't you organize something with your friends and actually go live for like 30 minutes at a time on regular and
Right.
build up your clientele?
Yeah. Just start building your YouTube
Yeah, just
channel.
build your, yeah.
Right.
Or TikTok or whatever
Yeah,
the
what-
kids
yeah.
are doing these days.
It's a difference of mindset because the generation is geared toward being consumers and consuming information. And we're coming from a ideology where computers and technology things are here to help us get things done and to be utilized. So it's about combining those two mindsets
Yeah.
to creating something enjoyable while utilizing it to get things done.
Right.
And teaching the younger generation, hey, it's not just a play toy.
Right.
You can reach out, you can make your dreams come true, you can make your goals happen with this, you know.
Intergenerational, interdependent
Yes.
tools. And to me, that's like really important in order to keep our community to sustain itself. So, is there any other questions?
Julie,
Yeah.
I noticed your book cover with your hula hoop.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's a form of self-expression as well and healing.
Yeah.
But my question is, when are you going to offer classes for
I love that question. That's so sweet. So yes, I'm an avid hula hooper. I've never been an official hula hooping instructor before, but I feel like that's something that I could do.
Start now.